What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Kwang. I was playing with one of my lower level subscribers the other day and he said, hey man, I really like playing Kwang, I don't know how to build a deck, and how do you even build a deck since you don't have any cards? And this is the deck that I came up with. Pick up Centurion, a health potion, and a mana potion to start out, and now we'll get into the meat of the cards. Every new hero will have these cards, so it's not the best build, but it will work perfectly. Pick up a Magnus Ward with your 2 1-point power cards and a 1-point basic mana card. Then pick up an Adamant Edge with 4 points in power and 1 point in health. And then you'll go into a 9-point Whirling Wand with all power. Now these are your beginning cards. Soon you will upgrade them, but first you want to pick up a Tempered Plate or a Tuned Barrier, whichever you're taking more damage from, ability or basic, and have 3 health with 4 in armor. Then pick up a Wind Carver Blade with 5 points in power and 2 in attack speed. Then an Elder Mage Amulet with 4 in power and 3 in health. Then upgrade one of your other low cards, get rid of it, pick up this Wind Carver Blade that's built the same way, 5 of power, 2 attack speed. In your last card, get rid of that Whirling Wand and upgrade your Adamant Edge with 3 power and 4 health. Now since this is targeted more towards newer players, I'm going to briefly go over the abilities. Slice is just Kwang's basic attack and it scales with power. Light of the Heavens is an AoE kind of lightning shock attack. This is your R1, and the big thing to note with this is it gives you basic armor when you use it. Judgment of the Heavens is Kwang's root ability. Now this is a skilled shot, so you need to lead your target and anticipate where they are going. Gift of the Heavens is Kwang's lifesteal ability. It gives him a lifesteal as well as provides an aura for all his close by teammates, and they will receive the same benefit. Fury of the Heavens is Kwang's ultimate ability, and he spins around in an AoE circle, applying a slow and doing quite a bit of ability damage. Now this ultimate spins around his sword, so if you throw his sword and it's rooted anywhere, you can use his ultimate and you will teleport to your sword. Now this is great if you root an enemy, you can root them, use your R1 and then your ultimate to really do a lot of damage. But you can also use this to escape, either a Decker Cage or you're getting ganked. You can throw your sword, or if you're really low in health, you can throw your sword one way, run the opposite way, and then teleport back to your sword. Now I am playing with my friends, so we are in a very low level match. I would say we're an average of high silver, and my team of course is lower than the opposite team, but the opposite team is still fairly low. So everybody's kind of, playing team deathmatch. It's not really the best game, but since I was doing this in this early game, I figured I would show this gameplay. Now as the jungler, you want to pick up your circle first. This really makes it where you don't even have to kite these minions. With that Magnus Ward and your Gift of the Heavens, you could just stand there and really stay at full health. If you see every hit, I'm getting 12 health back. Now with Kwang, you want to clean up 2 camps first and then go for that green buff. Now I like to clean up that mid camp first, just so it takes me a little bit longer to run back and forth, and I make sure the green spawned in. I get a little bit more time to where if I am running late, I can go get river buffs, or You know, if I really wanted to, I could go get that third camp and then get green and then get a river buff and really have a successful game. Now, I was thinking about heading mid there, but they had a pretty good handle on it, so I went ahead and left, and I'm going to head over to this Revenant and hopefully get a gank on him. Now, our ADC is alone in this match. We actually have two people mid, and we really don't have a real support in this match either. So, you know, it is just kind of crazy as to what exactly we're doing. If I can keep the safe lane safe for the most part, we're doing good. Now, this Countess, I'm not exactly sure why she went in like that, especially whenever I had green buff, but we're able to get those two very easy kills. Now, I get out of lane so our Murdoch can keep his farm up. I go ahead and take green buff, but I want him to not only get levels, but also get those last hits, since we're in a very untraditional game. Now, I'm going to just real briefly go over exactly the jungler's role. Now, you have 5 camps. There's a total of 10 jungle camps. You have 5 on your side, 5 on the enemy's team side. Now, in between mid lane and safe lane, you have 3 jungle camps. These jungle camps are really the ones that you want to focus on because your green buff is in that jungle and your Amber Link is also in that jungle. If you concentrate on the jungle in between the off and the mid lane, that one only has 2 camps. It's much, much smaller, and it's going to take you longer to rotate over to the carry side if he actually needs some help, as well as it's much easier for the mid laner to pick up the river buff that's on the off lane side than it is for them to pick up the river buff on the safe lane side. So you really want to spend most of your time in that safe side jungle. But you don't want to spend all your time in that safe lane jungle. The jungler's main job is to get kills and gank people, not stay in a lane and get a kill. This specifically means get ganks. You go in, attempt to get a kill. If you get a kill, great. Maybe help clean up the lane and get it pushing back, since most of the time when you get a gank, your lane is going to need more attention. You sacrifice that kill and you sacrifice some of the minions. So maybe get a couple of minions, set that lane, and then go back to the jungle or rotate to get another kill. You want to spend as little time in lane as possible. You want to spend most of your time running from lane to lane, getting kills, and cleaning up the jungle camps. Now, you also want to maintain control of the green buff. The green buff is really your tool to provide ganking ability. You know, if you go try to gank the mid laner, that mid laner, especially in these early levels, is going to be able to withstand a lot of damage. And you're not really doing a whole lot of damage yet, but if you have the green buff, every time they hit you, they're going to take damage. So it's best to maintain control of that green buff, especially don't let the enemy team take it from you, and if all possible, take their green buff. A lot of the times, I will pick up the green buff, and if I don't have ganks, instead of using the green buff to clear up my camps, I'll use my green buff to go see if I can steal their green buff. Now, one skill I would highly recommend just using and getting used to is Kwang's root ability. It is one of the longest. It actually, it's not a full CC or crowd control effect, but with that tether root kind of ability, it actually is the longest ability at 3.25 seconds at max level. So getting really, efficient with that root ability makes you as a Kwang jungler a very hard target to deal with. Now, another key point to know about a jungler is you are kind of the offense. You're the frontline hero as well as the defending hero. Whatever the job calls for, that is your job. If we need to really farm CXP, go into the jungle, get those jungle camps to really feed your team that Amber Lane. If, you know, a lane's being pushed really hard and our off lane heroes down, you go over there and defend that lane. If we're squaring off with the enemy team and we need to get into a fight, your job is to engage that fight and really start that fight. If, you know, we want to push a tower, head over to that tower and help push that lane. The jungler's role is kind of, you have to do all of it. And you don't have to do all of it super well. You don't need to be the most damaging hero. You're really just a body that is hard to deal with. You're hard to kill. You're hard to just all around deal with. You have CC, you know, and you're constantly moving. As the jungler, you should always have something to do. If you notice, I did cut out a section in this game, or in this match. I've cut out a couple of sections. But if you see, I'm never in the lane just waiting. I'm either running to an objective or dealing with an objective. I am never idle as the jungler. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. In mid lane, we just had a couple of people go down. Our Murdoch's heading over there, so hey, I need to get over there and help support him. He ends up taking out their Revenant. Now, I was going to root this Rampage, but I just said, hey, we're going to take him out, no problem. And we get a real quick kill on this. Now, our lanes are all pushed up fairly well. I've got my jungle cleared for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and head into this tier 2 mid lane tower, try to put some pressure on it. Now, I've got green buff still, so I'm really not scared of taking, you know, a little damage from this gray stone. I can really just focus on this tower, down this tower, and then I'll be able to get out. And I just now lost my green buff, so, you know, hey, I can really make more plays now. I end up taking out Greystone and this Revenant, which I am definitely more fed than the other team, so it's really no contest as to, you know, how much damage I'm going to do or whatnot. They're really just not playing very well. Now, the Murdoch on our team is the player that I am in comms with. He's my lower level sub, so we're actually able to play a lot better. And, you know, while I'm kind of teaching him how to play in the different strategies, I'm also explaining, you know, why we're doing the things we're doing, and we're able to coordinate a lot better than this enemy team is. Now, I really want our Murdoch to escape, but he's just kind of went a little bloodthirsty. Now, I'm going to go over here and just kind of sacrifice myself to get him out. I'm telling him, hey, get out of here, get out of here. You know, I'm pinging retreat. And he ends up staying in, and we both end up dying. I should have just left him alone, but, you know, as a main support, as well as someone that's trying to kind of explain the more fundamentals of Paragon to a newer player, I'm gonna do everything that I can to keep him alive and really have him understand. But at the same time, I should have backed away. This was a careless death on my part, but hey, no big deal. We've got all of our lanes pushed. We're doing very well, and we're out farming the other team. So, you know, this game is over right now just due to the snowball effect, but it's okay. Well, this is kind of our last push. This video's running, you know, a little longer since it is just kind of an explanation video, so I kind of want to wrap it up. But this is really just a super beginner's guide. It's got this very simple deck that, you know, if you're level 5, you will have all these cards to be able to make this deck. It's very, very simple. It's very easy to just grab and throw on and be able to play well enough and kind of get familiar with exactly how the decks work. Even though the decks are changing, you know, in another month, I will come out with, you know, videos that are kind of updating with the new changes to the deck system. But right now, this is a perfect Kwang deck. If you would like to see some of these kind of intro to this type of hero guide type videos, let me know. I would be more than happy to make them, and I can make these, you know, decks for people that have just hit level 5 and, you know, don't have access to all the cards. I would be more than happy to do that. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.